உன் பார்வையிலே உன் பார்வையிலே ஒரு வேதியியல் மாற்றத்தை நிகழ்த்திவிட்டாய். Hello viewers, this is Deepalakshmi from Deepu's Chem classes. Today's class is about chemical calculations, and this is actually based on Tamil Nadu government syllabus. I think it will be helpful to all. So let us see the class. Role of chemistry in everyday life. If we see every activities around us and everywhere around us, that actually must involve certain chemicals and chemical reactions. For example, in agricultural field, to increase the crop cultivation, nowadays fertilizers and insecticides are used. That is actually a kind of chemicals. And in building industry, modern cements and concrete mixtures as well as better quality steel are used. That is actually a kind of chemicals. So chemistry is everywhere. If you see the drugs, the pharmaceuticals we use in our life, as well as copper materials, copper vessels, not only copper, any kind of materials that is made up of metals, several metals, and chemical reagents that we used in our day-to-day life, like liquid disposers, washing machine liquids, and reagents that we used in our toilets for cleaning. Everything is actually made up of chemicals, right? Not only that, the jewelries, ornaments, the coins, then as well as the fruits and vegetables that we used to eat, as well as certain biochemical reactions, all involve certain chemical reactions. Our biological process also involves certain chemical reactions. Those are called biochemical process. So biochemical reactions involve so many chemicals. The simplest example is during digestion process, the gastric juice involved is nothing but hydrochloric acid, and our blood contains a heme, the iron content. So everything is actually made up of the chemical elements and involve chemical reactions. And due to the increased human demand, okay, several industries have developed, chemical industries have developed based on dyes, polymers, alloys, and so many constructions of metals, extraction of metals, and drugs preparation, etc. So even in 1980, that is actually that was the introduction of HIV. HIV patients suffered a lot. To extend their life, they were find no chemicals at all even. Then after the discovery of certain medicines and injection, they extend their life. They couldn't even cure, but they can extend their life to certain extent. So it is better to replace hazardous chemicals by eco-friendly compounds. For example, the CFC used in our refrigerator should be replaced by some alternatives. So finding alternatives for hazardous substance is actually called a green process or green chemistry. So we have to employ so many green process in our day-to-day life to find it very eco-friendly, as well as for the betterment of the society. So in order to understand about the basic principle, chemistry principles involved in our life, we have to know certain basic concepts. So let us see, first of all, matter. Okay, so matter, anything that has mass and space is actually called matter. So atoms are actually the building blocks of matter, like bricks in a wall or cells in our body, right? Anyway, so for example, if you take a book, if you keep in a particular table, it occupies certain space as well as it has certain mass. So the book is called actually a matter. So similarly, you can apply the term for any kind of substance that has mass and space. Okay. So let us see another topic, classification of matter. So matter is classified based on physical classification and chemical classification. According to physical classification, it is classified into three types: solid, liquid and gas. So they are actually three states of matter. So you can say simplest example for solid, ice; liquid, water; and gas, water vapor. Then according to chemical classification, it was initially classified into pure substance and impure substance. Impure substance are otherwise called mixture. So let us see pure substance alone now. So pure substance are actually made up of simple kind of atoms or molecules, and same, you can say same kind of atoms or molecules. So element consists of only one type of atom. Remember, element consists of only one type of atom, and that may be monoatomic or polyatomic based on the composition it has. For example, gold, the symbol is Au, it is actually monoatomic unit. Then copper, the symbol is Cu, actually it is monoatomic unit. Then hydrogen, hydrogen, what is the molecular formula? H2, the composition is 2 atoms of hydrogen is present in a hydrogen molecule, so it is actually a polyatomic unit. Similarly, you can say more example: phosphorus, P4, sulfur, S8, they are actually polyatomic elements, right? Then the next one is compound. So compound contains actually two or more type of atoms of different elements, right? So for example, the simplest example, carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide, what is the molecular formula? CO2. It contains two kind of atoms. One is carbon and another one is oxygen. You can say more examples for compounds. Glucose, the formula is, molecular formula is C6H12O6, hydrogen sulfide, H2S, sodium chloride, NaCl. So let us see the simplest example, sodium chloride. Sodium chloride originates or the compound formed from the element, constituent element sodium and chlorine. If you see the property of sodium and chlorine separately as an elements, it has different properties, right? Sodium is a shiny metal and chlorine is an irritating gas. But if you see the compound sodium chloride, that has some peculiar property. It is a crystalline solid and has properties too different from the constituent elements. So remember, compounds, properties of compounds are different from their constituent elements, right? It has certain different property. Right. So let us see another chemical classification, that is mixture. So mixture actually contain two or more or many chemical entity that are actually not chemically reacted, that won't have any chemical interactions, right? That is actually called mixture. In order to for easy remember, just to remember the mixture that we eat in our day-to-day life, it actually consists of so many ingredients, so you can easily separate the mixture. So remember, mixture can be easily separated by employing some physical methods, right? So mixture can be again of two types, heterogeneous and homogeneous. So homo means same, okay, so same pace, even after the mixing of two or more ingredients, after mixing it seems like a same pace. The simplest example, mixing of sugar crystals in water. So after dissolving sugar crystals in water, you cannot find any sugar crystals in water. It is actually dissolved in water and it seems to be a single paste. That is actually homogeneous. And heterogeneous. Heterogeneous means different. So heterogeneous, after the mixing of, or after the combination of two or more elements, you can identify the layers or you can identify the paste. For example, you can say oil and water. When you mix oil and water do not mix with each other, they just stand as a separate layer. Oil stands separately and water stands separately. You can say kerosene and water is also as another example. So these are actually called heterogeneous mixture. Okay, do you understand? So today we have seen matter as well as classification of matter, right? Um, so please give comments, positive comments. I expect positive comments to improve my chemistry chem classes. So please subscribe, like and share to your friends. Thank you all.